Welcome back to College Conversations. I'm Dr. Fedor and I help you navigate college. As a college professor, a big topic at every academic conference is artificial intelligence. We're talking about how AI is the homework apocalypse and no student is going to do any work on their own anymore. This is the end of original work and everything. And some of this is our fear of the future. We don't know what's going to happen. Nobody does. And some of this is really sensationalized as far as what the students will and won't be doing. So I wanted to talk about AI, my thoughts on artificial intelligence as it pertains to college students and college work. An analogy that I like to use when talking about AI is the calculator. So when they invented the calculator, we did not stop teaching the students how to do math, right? We continued to teach math. And we said the calculator allows everyone to do higher level math better, quicker, faster than if we didn't have the calculator. So that's how I'm choosing to view artificial intelligence. We still need to teach students to do the basic addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division so that you can do higher level math with the calculator. You need to know what you're doing. So this is how I feel about AI and artificial intelligence and college work in general. One of my mantras is work smarter, not harder. So I tend to think of AI as a tool to do that. I'm encouraging my students to use AI for a few reasons. One reason is after they graduate and they're working in the real world, of course, everybody around them will be using AI, so it doesn't make sense for them to not use AI in a college environment for my classes. And I teach management and marketing, entrepreneurship, so it's very much aligned with what you would use AI for, coming up with creative ideas for social media posts or blog topics. I will encourage students to check with their individual professors as far as if they're even allowed to use AI in their class or not. Just because you're allowed to use AI in one class at one institution doesn't mean the entire school or college is okay with you using it. So I can't stress that enough. So please check with your individual instructors. They will all have their own AI policy. That should be in the syllabus or on your course management software. If there is no AI policy, ask the instructor, how do you feel about this? Maybe they're okay with you using AI for some assignments, but not for others. So please be very clear about that you're asking about AI and its use. I'm sure that there's a policy somewhere. There needs to be something just so the students and the instructor are on the same page. It might be a work in progress. All of our AI policies at this point are works in progress. We will revisit these things probably once a semester as AI continues to change quickly in its sophistication and its scope. For more in-depth insider information about how to save time and money in college, be more intentional with your degree plan, and more, check out my Udemy course, College 101, How College Works, in the description of this video. The analogy I use is the calculator when I talk to students about AI. So meaning I'm assuming that we're going to use AI. I assume that you use the calculator. We're assuming that you're using AI, but using AI smartly and intelligently in the right way with your assignments. So what does that look like? That means that you're using AI as a starting point and maybe a jumping off point, maybe to get you started on an assignment, and then remembering to proofread everything, fact check everything. AI, it's often wrong. Sometimes it has the wrong dates or statistics about things. Instructors can always tell when you just simply copy and paste. Don't do that. There's so many ways for us to tell. And I'm not going to tell you those ways either, because that would blow the whole thing up. So remember to proofread, fact check, account for your audience. So remember, you're not just copying and pasting what you find on AI or what AI gives you. You need to make sure that you have the right audience. Practice with your prompts to make sure that it's giving you something that you can actually use. So you might want to play around with the prompts a little bit. Make sure that the voice of what you're writing, make sure that that sounds like you and words that you would use, not words that come out of AI, words that you would use in a way that sounds like you, the student. Please remember to check with your individual instructor. Just because one teacher is allowing AI use in their class doesn't mean that everybody is. So please remember, I can't stress that enough. Your school may have a policy that talks about AI use in classes and so forth. And then there might just be that one instructor who's like, nope, I'm not down with that. The exception is my class. So you want to be very clear on that at the beginning of the semester. That information should be in the syllabus. If not, it should be on your course management software such as Blackboard, Moodle, Canvas. So look for that somewhere. And if you can't find it, ask somebody. They will, I'm sure that they might say, oh, we don't have one yet, or it's a work in progress, but at least you're asking for some guidelines. So this is not the homework apocalypse. You are still going to be doing your own work. You will use AI to help yourself get started, maybe write a rough draft, an outline, or just the framework, but then you're going to flesh out the work in your own words. I think AI is good for when you're by yourself and you need to brainstorm something and you don't have someone to bounce off ideas with. I think AI can be a great companion, if you will, working partner where you throw out ideas and see what happens. I think it can also help with synthesizing ideas and maybe drawing inferences on some content that maybe you're not so familiar with, and then maybe you put it in AI in a prompt and then you can connect the dots on your own. So I definitely think that there's many applications for AI. So please remember, check with your individual instructors on what they're allowing for AI in use. Remember that this is a fluid situation and that things may change from semester to semester as AI continues to develop in its sophistication. So subscribe, hit like, share this video with other students who also might find it helpful, and remember to keep learning.